Alrighty.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Feel so far away on this couch.
I'm fine with that.
Bit of a different yeah.
Do you want to tell us what we're doing right now?
Yep. So, I guess you've been building a bit of hype and buzz.
I just meant to sit in the back garden on the Sunday afternoon.
It's quite nice, isn't it? It's a beautiful afternoon.
Yeah, autumn. It's getting colder.
It is getting. We're both in our hoodies.
Both in our hoodies.
Yep. But as I said, you have been building a little bit of hype and buzz and anticipation about something that we're dropping this weekend. So do you think it's time to put everyone out of their misery and tell them what we've got in store?
Absolutely. So, obviously worth mentioning by the time that people are seeing this, we've probably already announced it on socials and stuff. However, we are launching what is called the Ultra CrossFit Winter Warrior Challenge.
Sounds exciting. Do you want to tell everyone what is Winter Warrior?
Absolutely. So, Winter Warrior is essentially a consistency challenge, essentially. What we're going to be doing is trying to incentivize people to maintain the consistency and commitment that they've had to training, but over the, should we say, the more difficult winter months. So within that, there are a few different sorts of challenges in itself, obviously surrounding winter, which we'll touch on in this. But we were going to be running an 8-week challenge program, which is completely free for members, all about trying to stay consistent over these winter months.
So where did the name and the idea come from?
It's not an original name. I'll say that. It's very much kind of like. I suppose the best way of looking at it is you've got summer warriors are made in winter, or that kind of thing. And obviously you have summer bodies are made in winter, but realistically, it's all well and good training when the elements work into our favour. But essentially, training and having consistency during winter requires more of a warrior, more kind of like determination style mindset. I got the name itself is essentially just it's alliterative and it's something kind of borrowed from just a general sort of like mentorship group that have just kind of posted about it. Very long-winded answer, but that's where the name came from. I like that it's alliterative, but also I think it talks a bit about the mindset required to succeed in winter.
Okay, and I mean Brisbane winters, they're pretty mild. We do, it's cold if we, hit single figures. Why do you think it is still hard to train during these months?
I mean, addressing this first, I'm from the north of England. Like, Brisbane winters are delightful.
Yes.
People tend to struggle in these kind of colder months, irrespective of temperature, because mainly because it's just the temperature does drop lower than what we are used to for the other 9 months of the year. But not just the temperature in the winter, but so much as the conditions. For example, it gets dark. It gets dark earlier and gets light much later. So, for example, in summertime, the sun is up by 4 a.m. And it still goes down relatively early. But then in winter, the sun might not be visible. It might not be light, as we know it, till gone 6:30, 7 a.m. So it's a lot more tempting to skip the things that you would be doing in an otherwise nice environment.
And I guess also like sort of along with that comes all the, winter coughs and colds, whether it's members or their kids. So that can sort of, all the viruses that come with it. But yeah, okay. And so do you see a drop in training attendance during these months? Like what does that look like from the coach's seat?
I'm going to put myself in a member's shoes, first of all. Honestly, when it is the air temperature is a bit cooler outside and the doona is there and it's nice and cozy at 4 or 5 in the morning and it's still incredibly dark, a lot of times what gets me to training is just the fact that my body clock is waking me up. But I do want to sleep in and press that snooze button a lot more. From a coach's side, I mean, there are people that stay consistent 5, 6, 7 days per week, 52 weeks per year, no matter what. There are also individuals that may struggle with consistency during the best times of the year. This program is for everybody. It's about maintaining that consistency. There's no right or wrong way to do it, so much as, hey, let's actually just keep up this mindset that doing the hard thing will improve your day.
And I guess those people that do train consistently year long, it's probably because they've built their habits.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't now matter what the weather's doing, what season it is. Coming to training, that's just part of who they are.
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
that's, they've sort of, they're reaping the benefits of the habits that they've set previously.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think with the Winter Warrior stuff as well. So one of the kind of targets we've set is to just aim for 2+ sessions per week. Okay. Now, let's say for example, everybody says never miss a Monday. Let's say you do miss a Monday because for whatever reason you didn't get out of bed. It'd then be easy to say, screw it, I'll do it next week. And then you write off the entire week. Oh, my week hasn't got off to the best start, so I'm going to write it off altogether. I don't think that's the right attitude. I think it's kind of because, all right, you've missed a day.
Yeah.
Cool. But
The week's not over
one
yet.
hot day doesn't make a summer. Obviously, on the flip side, because we're talking about winter.
Okay. Yeah. No, sounds good. And as we talked about training, like getting out of bed, the doona being so tempting and warm and cozy. What are some of your other tips for maintaining that consistency? Like, what helps you get out of bed in the morning and get to the gym?
On days I'm coaching is because I have to be there.
Yeah.
On days I'm training, what gets me there is there's a couple of different things. Obviously, my schedule is different to a lot of our members. Doesn't mean it's better or worse. It's just different. On days that I am getting out of bed to train first thing in the morning, I'm doing it because I know full well if I don't get to do it, then ultimately I won't get to train that day, and then that will kind of feed into that. Oh well, my week's ruined already, and fundamentally that's something I want to avoid doing because I know that I've had challenges with my discipline and motivation towards training recently, or in the past couple of years anyway. One of the other things that gets me set up for that is actually booking my classes ahead of time. So I've been booked on for tomorrow morning's class, so tomorrow being Monday, 5 a.m, probably since about last Wednesday, because if my alarm goes off tomorrow and I think, oh right, well okay, I'm not in the mood, I'm going to pull out. Ultimately, for me, I've failed in two parts: in the fact that my discipline's failed, but also then the fact that I've also woken up and then made the conscious effort to withdraw. The thing I always do, and I've been doing this for years, is I've been setting up my training kit next to my bed daily for years.
That's
a
big
big thing.
I think mine always. I put it next to the sink in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not somebody that's going to have a nice hearty breakfast at 3 a.m. before training.
Yeah.
So that's not really something that I do. But one of the things I recommend is maybe changing up your breakfast routine, so you have something warm, like maybe porridge or something like that. But obviously the nutrition side is something we're not really delving into too much detail about today. But that plays a huge factor. Like it might be that maybe you have a nice warm coffee on your commute to the gym at that time of day, or cocoa, or whatever, hot water with lemon, whatever.
And that's what I know I've done, before. I'm very lucky in that you make me a lovely coffee every morning. But mornings when I'm getting up and you're still in bed, just getting the coffee cup out and putting it under the coffee machine. Yes, prepping breakfast that I would have after the gym. So, overnight oats or things like that. Everything packed, ready to go. So there's not time wasted, but you're not sort of tempted to sort of say, oh, well, I haven't packed my stuff, I don't have time. So
I'll be late if I do this.
Just make it as easy as possible. I think also, a nice warm, cozy jumper is,
absolutely.
No, it doesn't have to be anything expensive, but just making sure you're warm. You're going to take it off quite quickly once you get to the gym, but just setting yourself up for the best chance of success.
Absolutely, that's the thing. I think there's so many of these factors that can kind of help you stay consistent over the winter. Obviously what we try and do is we're trying to incentivize the Winter Warrior program so that we've got essentially more reason to actually do the hard part and get to the gym. Obviously we're talking about the actual preparation and stuff, but being in the gym itself, it's all well and good kind of having this sort of incentive, but you want to almost reward individuals for doing a hard thing. We've seen such great success with our committed club that we've been running for the past 18 months. One, obviously that's, for those of you that may not be sure, that's 12 sessions per calendar month, and you're in our committed club, you get a sticker and get a shout out and everything. What we're going to be doing is we're going to try and be rewarding things on a weekly basis with what's called either Warrior of the Week or Weekly Warrior, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
And we'll have a weekly leaderboard as well, just for sort of the gamification,
Yeah.
almost that kind of competitive edge of like, or how many sessions have I done this week, or what's the max amount of sessions done
Yeah.
per week. Okay, cool. The top was 7. I did 5 sessions. Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Just so we can see that live leaderboard, and that's not too. There'll be some individuals that might see it as a bit demoralising because they may have done much fewer sessions. That's not the point of it. This is rewarding success and rewarding actually the doing of the hard work, whether you do the hard work once or 7 times.
Yep. No,
Hard
sounds
work
good.
is hard work.
It is. Yep. And open to non-members as well.
Absolutely, yeah. So this isn't exclusive to Ultra members. If you are an Ultra member, then you're in, regardless. But here's the thing as well. I know full well that there'll be some members that have got friends and stuff that might be interested in this, or there might be people that struggle over winter. 100%. It's just an 8-week challenge. Like, you know, if you're interested in joining this, and just reach out to us. We can get you set up on memberships, or we can talk about that sort of things for the 8 weeks challenge. But it is open to absolutely anybody, because the issue of discipline and motivation with training through winter is not exclusive to Ultra or to a CrossFit gym, but pretty much everybody.
No, definitely. Okay. Anything else you think our viewers need to know?
I don't think so. It's one of those things that, like, it's really, really sort of important to understand that you're not going through the whole challenge of winter time training by yourself. Like, I hate getting out of bed when it's dark and cold, even though I'm incredibly used to it, being from England. But the fact is, I would much rather stay at home some days and enjoy a nice hot coffee with family than train when it's a bit bleary outside and a bit blare. But the fact is, I've talked about this before, I've seen the benefits from a mental and physical standpoint from training frequently and doing the work when I don't want to.
And I think on the flip side, like when we think about weather in Brisbane, come summer, when it's so hot and humid, you know, if you've consistently trained through winter, you've maintained that level of fitness, then come summer, you're not struggling with fitness levels, while then you add the heat into the mix as well.
Absolutely. And I think final tip as well is, obviously, because this is a gym-wide challenge and open to non-members as well, lean into the community. Bless you. Lean into the community at Ultra. You know, like, find your training partner. Reach out to them the night before and say, hey, tomorrow's workout looks awesome. Or, hey, tomorrow's workout looks dreadful. Shall we suffer through it together? And that's the kind of thing, because I think when you sort of make those deals with other people, you're more likely going to stick to it. Like,
Yeah.
you remember the days when we didn't have cell phones and stuff, and we just say, hey, I'll meet you at the post office at 2:00 on Tuesday, and you'd just be there.
had to be there.
I think even though we very much do not live in that time anymore, that sort of
Accountability.
oath and accountability
Yeah.
is still very much ingrained within us as humans. So lean into our community and use some of the tips we've said here.
Yep.
But yeah, you'll find more information about this probably by the time this podcast is out. But what about yourself? Any final tips for our members?
No, I think just look after yourselves, you know, health-wise as well. You know, your vitamin C, your veggies, your sleep, your fluid. Yeah, and try and get through winter. Yeah,
Absolutely. And let us help you with that.
absolutely.
Cool. Don't let training be the reason why winter has not been successful.
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool.
All right, thanks for listening, everyone.
Thanks, team. See you next time.